Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining our channel today. I'm Angie and we're just going to take you on a quick tour of the Celebrity Reflections. We just returned from there and we're going to start with the Opus dining room. Beautiful dining room where you eat for free. That's where you kind of dress up a little bit and go eat. Deck 3 is for early and late dining. Deck 4 is for anytime dining. So whichever you chose, this will tell you which deck to go to. It is a beautiful dining space, very nice, intimate and cozy. And in the evening time, they have little candles on the tables. They're faux candles, so no worries. The structure in here is just phenomenal. Beautiful chandelier. Lots of lighting during the daytime. Now we did not get to try breakfast, but I think breakfast is served in this area, and we had a lovely evening there 2 times during the week, and it was just very nice, and they are definitely hard workers in that room, let me tell you. Beautiful staircase as well. This is the only dining area that I think they had on this ship, so I didn't see another one. We have lots of other restaurants and stuff we'll go through, but this particular dining experience, which is free, this is the only dining area that I recall on the ship. We're on level 3 because that's I think where we were at the time when we went to dining. Now we're going to the Lumina. It's a retreat class exclusive on deck 3. It seems to be closed at this time, so we're going to go ahead and go in and get you a nice view of it while it's empty. If you ask me, it's just as beautiful as the Opus room. However, I'm sure that it has a lot less people in it, a little bit more intimate, but it is beautiful as well. Definitely looks a little cozier, and less people will probably be in this room than the Opus room for sure. I'm not sure what kind of food they serve here. I'm sure they have a special menu for them, or maybe it's the same. I'm not sure. They did have a menu placed outside, which Rick showed that in the beginning. If you can read that, that might be something to look at and just see if they get a little bit different menu than we do in the Opus dining room. But nonetheless, both of the rooms are extremely beautiful. This one looks like it's just on one level. And all of this is on deck 3. And we're going to go into another area here just to explore. Looks like a lot of their gear. We're going to go over to the shore excursions area, which is here. And that's on deck 3 as well. And then you have the passport bar, which is deck 3 as well. It's a cute little cozy place. We are at port right now, so a lot of people are out at Bahamas at the current moment. So we just took the opportunity while it's nice and calm to get some videos of some of the places that are normally very busy. Beautiful areas here, like a nice atrium area. That above there has a tree, and that looks like the roots coming down from the tree. Lots of seating areas. If you want to just sit in a nice lobby, and just have a cocktail or just hang out. There's an ATM machine right here on deck 3, right next to guest relations. Now, if you ever lose anything or lost it anywhere, usually all of the employees will return your item right here to the guest relations area, and you can ask for it there. Beautiful seating areas. I did lose something on this cruise. I lost one of my pill boxes with my daily pills, but unfortunately it was not found. It just goes in a nice big circle. A lot of the ships do this with the atriums in the middle, the stairwells in the middle, and then all of the other items around the side. Here's the lobby at guest relations, and I just wanted Rick to show y'all these beautiful pieces right here. I mean, they're just simply gorgeous. We're going to go on to Fortune's Casino. We're on deck 4. It is a non-smoking casino, and while you are gambling, this is one of the few ships that allow you to have free cocktails or drinks while you're gambling. Now, if you're not actively gambling, that doesn't qualify you to have a free drink. You can have as many as they'll bring to you while you are actively gambling. Right now, once again, we're in port, so a lot of the machines are off. A lot of them do still have the names of what the games are, so we thought we'd share those with you. We do try to travel on cruises with casino offers, and we're very new to it, so we will be sharing as we grow and know, and we are actually learning from others as we speak. So we're just sharing the games that are on the ship today, which would mean the day that we were there. What I feel is that some of these games do change, possibly, because there was a game we were particularly interested in, and when we got there, that game was there, but it had different electronic games on it, so we were very disappointed because we had our little strategy worked out, hoping that we would be able to walk away with even more points. But that did not come to fruition for us, so that was a little disappointing. Always know your points, what games pay the most and what games don't. Always want you to subscribe to our channels. We try to do videos every week as we're traveling. We are about to be full-time seniors at sea. Rick has retired, and we are about to hop from ship to ship for the next 6 months to 12 months, and then hopefully we'll end up in another part of the world over time. So definitely subscribe, and make sure you click all your notifications so you do get notified when we do put out new videos. Also a good idea, if you can like any of our videos that you're watching, if they bring value to your life, or if you can make a comment, if you have things that you want us to research for you, questions that you have about the video, just let us know, and we'll be more than happy to check into it for you. This is the front cashier area, along with the casino person that's usually in charge at that time is sitting at this desk. These are all the tiers and the ways that you win free, or not win, but earn free cruises. And so all that's laid out for you. I definitely would check into it before you start. And that way you've got an exact plan of action. This is a game right here, Casino Wizard. We had watched videos already. There was 3 of them, which there was 3, and we were ready to play roulette and craps. But there was no roulette on there and no craps. So we played blackjack instead, which wasn't my favorite thing to do. And so that's how that came out. Lots of games, lots of slot machines. We'll get to the table games here in a moment. But as you can tell, there are lots of slot machines. Now, if you're playing the poker games on the machines, I think those are $10. You earn 1 point. Here's the bar area. It's very nice. If you play the slot machines, I think it's 1 point per $5 that you put into the machine. And then if you're playing at the tables, as you know, it's kind of like the pit boss, I think is what they call it. They just kind of do an average of what you're putting on the table. So it's not really true to what you're actually gambling. So you might cheat yourself sometimes when you play the tables. Although, I'm going to be honest with you, I'd rather play the tables any day. I just enjoy the camaraderie, everybody's excitement when somebody wins. It's just fun, but you know, I'm trying to earn points for these cruises right now, or we are trying to earn points for these cruises. And so we're just on a different level right now. So we'll get there someday. But I don't mind playing it on a machine as well, as far as roulette goes. Craps is really Rick's game and roulette is mine. But there are plenty of games. I never felt like I couldn't get a game to play, which, like I said, we were mainly playing the game that I pointed out earlier. So a lot of the time, we were only at that game. It was nice that it was non-smoking since we're non-smokers. I do know that they have other areas for people that smoke to go to a smoking area, but not in the actual casino. And it's not often that you don't find a ship with both smoking and non-smoking, or just smoking altogether. But it was a nice environment. We were able to get a drink or two. I drank water at that time, and Rick was able to get him a nice little margarita. So, you know, we were able to have a couple of drinks and be just fine. And of course, they always have an ATM machine in the casino. We try to get empty casinos for the videos just because it's kind of intimidating to take videos while people are in the casino. So sometimes we can get all the games on the roster here, but sometimes it's inevitable. If we're in port, they shut some of the games off, and so you can't tell what the games are. Now here we go with a Texas Hold'em table. They had some tournaments that were pretty inexpensive to join in on. Don't really know how all that works. I'm not an expert at gambling, and I don't plan on being one. Here's some other tables. I know I saw blackjack tables. I saw roulette table. This is a blackjack table. Here's the roulette table. Trying to find out what the minimum bet was, but that didn't really show up, as you can tell on the video. Another roulette table there. This might be another blackjack table. Yes. And I think this one is too. Yes. So it looks like we counted maybe 3 or 4 blackjack tables. I think this is actually a different table. I'm not sure. Maybe it's blackjack too. It's hard to read it, but I think it is blackjack actually. This looks a little different. I'm not familiar. And this is, I think, another blackjack table. So blackjack's a popular game. It's just not a game that I'm accustomed to. I really don't know a lot about a lot of the games here. This one's 3 card poker. Never heard of it. I'm gonna have to get some lessons on some of this stuff, but here's the craps table. You can always find one most of the time in every casino. Sometimes there's 2, but mostly there's 1. I'm not sure here. We'll get around to it and see. There's that 3 card poker again. As you can tell, it's nice and clean. The seats were very comfortable. We didn't have any problems with that. Everybody took care of us well. So that's actually that. And now we're going to step outside of it. And on deck 4, the same deck as the casino, there's a lot of shops as well. As you could tell, there was glitz. Let's see what this one is here. Serendipity. They did have a lot of shops, and of course they're closed right now because we're in port. Daily pop-up sales. They actually did have a lot of pop-up sales. Like, you'd be walking by and they'd have a whole rack. This is the marketplace where you kind of get your basic stuff, and then they got the reflection shop, which I think is probably their gear for celebrity. I'm not 100% sure, but of course you can tell there's a lot of different options for you. I think if you're into the name brand stuff, you're going to find something here for sure. Spirits and such, we know what that is. And then here's an art gallery right here. And their art is displayed all throughout the ship. It's just gorgeous. But this is the actual art gallery here on deck 4. If you need to speak to anybody about anything. They also have art auctions and all kinds of neat things that they advertise in your room from time to time to invite you. Or you can just look at your schedule on your app or on the paper that they leave inside your room. Now we stepped into the Reflection Theater on deck 4, and remember this has a couple of different decks on it. I think there's a deck 4 and 5, or maybe 3, 4, and 5. You'd look at your listing there. I've got deck 4 on this because we were on actual deck 4. You'll probably see another version of another level eventually throughout the video. We just snuck in while they were practicing their show for the evening, just to give y'all an idea what it looks like while it's empty. It was very nice and very air conditioned and very nice and cozy, so you didn't have to worry about it being hot. And they do call it the Reflection Theater. Now we're at the Cellar Masters Bar on deck 4. This was a really nice bar to sneak away and just have a nice quiet, at least it was quiet today because it was a port day, but just to have a little nice conversation or a cocktail or a drink. I really didn't see anybody serving drinks while we were here this time. They had a lot of drinks sitting around displayed, but they really didn't have anybody actually serving you that I saw. It is a beautiful, kind of like a pub / bar area. You've got big screen TVs with some sports on. You saw people sitting around playing cards or dominoes or something. It was really nice and just a simple place to sit down and enjoy yourself. Lots of seating here. And it just looks like, like a home in a way. It's just really nice. They do have a small menu here. And once again, I did not see anybody serving, and I really think that was probably because it was a port day. Look at how cozy it is. Just really nice and bright in some areas, darker in other areas. The ambiance was really nice. It looked like a cigar bar. You just sit down and have a cigar or something, but I don't think you're allowed to do that here. Really nice decor. I'd love to have seen it in action. And next time I jump on this ship, I'm probably going to look for that. Now we're heading over to the Martini Bar. That's on deck 4 as well. Martini Bar you'll see more in our entertainment area later on in this series. Right here in the middle, they fill it with ice and stick all of the vodkas and the drinks in there, and everybody sits around it. I think it might have been called the Crush at one time, but up on the ceilings and everything it said the Martini Bar, so it was really nice. And at night, it's definitely a hopping little location. And the guys behind the bar, they do a little show every night where they're tossing their glasses and all that stuff, and serving drinks. And it's really definitely a sight to see. It reminded me of the movie Cocktail. If you've ever seen that movie, it's pretty neat. And they do a really nice show for everybody. I think when we look at entertainment, you might see a little bit of that where the actual ship's captain's team is doing it. So it's pretty neat. Look at those high back chairs. Those are nice. Lots of seating once again. And once again, that's the Martini Bar, deck 4. I don't think I've ever seen chairs like that before. Go back out here, and if you look over to the right and you look down, you'll always see something neat going on, like a band or something. Now this is deck 4 as well, and we're going into the conference center. Now I don't know how you rent this, or I don't even know if you have to rent it. I have no idea, but if it's something that somebody needs me to check into, I will. And then you've got the Celebrity Future Cruise Vacations right next door on the same deck 4. And we were able to get in there and out of there pretty quickly. We were looking at a future cruise with some bonuses that we got from casino plays. So that was good, our casino points. Now here, this is the future cruise drop box. I'm sorry I missed that. That's where you would put things if you can't get to seat with somebody. This is the Celebrity Central. This is a circular area, but over to the left there is another auditorium where you can go in and watch a show. We're at the Café El Bianco. I can't say the word, I'm so sorry. But this is a bar area. A lot of people were drinking coffee. They were having cocktails. So it literally had a lot of people doing different things. I love the high back chairs. They were very comfortable. And then of course you've got the other ones in the middle there. And then I went to the Gelateria deck 5 as well. And look at this, they have alcohol infused ice cream as well till midnight. And that is so funny. I've never even thought of that. But anyway, I had me some vanilla bean and put some sprinkles on it. And I actually ended up getting it free just because of our status. This is the world-class bars on deck 5. It's just a really nice ambiance. You've got all the alcohol right there in the middle, all lit up. It looks really classy. And this floor also has a lot of shops as well. So you've got more shopping right here. And you know, everybody's into these watches and stuff like that, so you can get watches. But yeah, there's a lot of shopping to be done up here as well. It's the artisan studio. John Hardy. Pieces of Time, which I'm sure that has to do with watches. Once again, I mentioned earlier, the artwork is displayed everywhere. What I like about this artwork is I think there's a piece for everybody. If you're into animals, abstract, movie themes, just all kinds of stuff, fantasy, uh, just picturesque landscaping. You have a lot of different features in these pieces of art. So there's always something there for everybody. And on every floor, you'll see them, whether they're just in the stairwell or they're at the art gallery itself. You do see a lot of unique stuff. Kate Spade. Love Kate Spade. And this store is called Moda. Look at that. So cute. Beaded artwork purses. They are absolutely gorgeous. All their purses were gorgeous. I'm just not really a big purse person. However, they did have some gorgeous stuff. In fact, when you're traveling on a ship full time, you can't really carry a big purse. Now we're heading down to the Reflection Theater again. This is on deck 5. We already saw it on deck 4. So that just tells you each deck you have a different doorway that you can go to. So maybe you can gauge it from your room to see what's the best route when you're going to a show. They had some great shows on here, and I usually do an entertainment video, so you'll see all the shows that they had here while we were here. We were only on this ship for 4 days, and to be honest with you, it's not usual that I feel refreshed after a 4-day vacation on a ship, but the ship was just the right size to where it was not overwhelming, and we enjoyed it, and we did feel rested when we got home. Now here's the photo gallery on deck 5. Um, I noticed that there was art there as well. So I don't know if they were displaying it for the evening or this is where you can actually buy art as well as photos. I saw a lot of neat photo poses that they had done for people. So if you're really wanting to do a complete photo shoot, this is a way to go. They are very professional and they have a lot of different poses and a lot of different setups. So if you've been waiting to go to a photo gallery to get your photos done, do it while you're on the ship. Bring your nicest clothing with your children or your parents or whomever, and just have a nice sit down photo session and spend that money on there instead of going to like a Walmart or something. Now, we are going to look at some specialty restaurants. This is called Sushi on 5 Specialty Restaurant. I want you to keep in mind that is on deck 5, and also that it is a paid for restaurant, so it's not free. You will encounter an expense when you go to this restaurant. So be prepared when you make reservations. And it is their goal to make sure that you have a great experience, because you could choose all the free stuff, but these are just some extras if you're wanting to have like us, we're going to be on a ship for long term. Maybe we want to have a date night or something. Well, this is where we would go for that. So this is just one of many on this cruise ship, and I'm going to show you all of them. Beautiful scenery, lots of great art, really nice setup. So that is Sushi on 5, which should be easy to remember. It's on the 5th deck, or deck 5. The elevators were really easy to use too. We really didn't have any issues with it. Even on the first day there was a little wait, but you can expect that anytime you're on a cruise for the first day. Captain's Club on deck 5. I did notice in the pamphlet that we got every day that they said there was a Captain's Club on deck 12, but I am currently showing you video from deck 5. So if there is one on deck 12, I did not find it. Once again, the atrium all the way up and down where the elevators go. And that beautiful tree up there. It's just so neat. It's kind of random, but it's neat. I don't know who has to water that thing. Now we're going to go look at some more specialty restaurants. This area right here has a few of the specialty restaurants. We're going to go into the Ensemble Lounge, which once again we're on deck 5. This is one of the first ones we're going to look at. But I want to show you over here on the wall, it does say that this is the Ensemble Lounge and the Michael's Club and specialty restaurants. Michael's Club is a private club, but I got to take a sneak peek inside. Wow, this is just beautiful, beautiful wallpaper or whatever it is. It's gorgeous. Even has a little sitting area right there if you wanted to take some pictures. It's just a beautiful scenery. Now we're going into the Ensemble, and there is some beautiful music playing, which I'm going to keep that playing in the background. But they were playing violins. I thought that was beautiful. So it had a soothing, relaxing tone to it. There's the Michael's Club for members only. I don't know what it requires to become a member there, but I can certainly find out for you. I will be going in there in a few moments, but right now I'm just going to show you the outside of everything as we're going through the Ensemble. This is Murano, which is another specialty restaurant. It's beautiful inside. Wait till you see it. Look at them playing. It's just so beautiful. They're doing such a beautiful job. So there's lots of different spaces all over this ship that really does relax you, where you can just sit, have a drink, have a Coke, whatever, and just relax. Play some cards if you want to. Now we're going to go over here to Cuisine, Tuscan, Grille, and Blue. These are all 3 specialty restaurants on deck 5. So they've got deck 5 pretty decked out for specialty restaurants. So we're going to go over here and check out a few of them and walk through and let you have an opportunity to see what's going on behind closed doors, because there's no one in them right now. It's about to be lunchtime, so I'm sure there's going to be somebody in there soon. Or not, maybe it's closer to dinner time. I don't recall what time it was when I was walking through here. That's some very neat art. Now the first place we're going to go into is cuisine. I think that's probably meant to sound like cuisine, but it is cuisine, and it is a specialty restaurant here on deck 5, and it has a magical menu, and I didn't know what that meant until I went through the doors and understood that it was a really cute idea. I've never seen it before, but I've seen it on some videos and I've heard about it. So we're going to go in and check it out right now. And everybody has always been so graceful and letting me take videos in the restaurants even while they're closed. So basically all these tables are set up and they have videos projected onto them where they have moving cartoon-like characters, and they are so cute. And I guess this goes on during the dinner time, and I've heard that it can be fun and exciting. See how they're moving around? It's so cute. I love it. That would be so neat to sit there and eat while these characters are playing around on your plate. Right now we're going into Tuscan Grille specialty restaurant here on deck 5 as well. And look at the wine setup here. Look at the entry. It's just this huge arch. I mean, you can't miss it. It's phenomenal. I mean, just the structure, the way they have this set up, it's so open, and it looks like definitely a place where you would want to go and have a nice brunch, or I don't know about brunch, but lunch or dinner, whatever time this might be. I want to say it's lunch, but I do not know for sure. Now we're going to step over to the last but not least specialty restaurant on deck 5 that we're going to look at. It's called Blue, B-L-U. It is so beautiful inside. It's of course done in blue and white. And the chandelier, look at that spectacular chandelier. I mean, it's just so graceful and just beautiful. You would definitely want to dress up for this. This is not some place where you want to wear your shorts and a tank top. You want to put a nice classy dress on with some nice classy shoes and do your hair and makeup, and gentlemen, maybe wear you a nice outfit as well, maybe a tie, who knows. But this is really beautiful, and I don't know that they require you to dress like that, but it was still beautiful. Now here we are at Murano, which is we passed that earlier. This is an intimate little space. I just thought it was gorgeous. I love the low-key lighting. I love the big art pieces. Seems like a home in a way because it has the beautiful curtains, like a luxurious home. Very nice. Very nice. The artwork is textured. It's so pretty. And I love the layered tablecloths as well. This is just like a dream place to go have a dinner. This was one of the cruises that we've done in a long time without going to the specialty restaurants. So I was kind of glad to get out and at least get you some information on what the decor looks like, what the ambiance is like, because that makes a big difference in what you're feeling like for that evening. Of course, the food is real important too, but it's nice to know what kind of environment you're going into. Is this not the cutest room right here? Look at all this wine, champagne. It's like set up for a cozy dinner with a group of people. Really classy. Very classy. So that was the Murano. Now this is the Michael's Club I told you about that's for members only. This is on deck 5 as well. And remember, this is in the Ensemble area, so this and Murano, you're going to pass by them when you're in that Ensemble lounge. Now, this, once again, this is cozy. I mean, you got a fireplace right here with couches and chairs around it. It just seems like such an environment that you would want to be in to relax. Once again, I do not know the rules of the Michael's private club. It could cost more, I'm sure. I don't know if it's your drinks are free. I have no idea, but like I said, I'd be more than happy to check for you. But it looks like a nice and cozy place to go and hang out. Now we're at the Hideaway on deck 7. Now this was a nice open space. It was on the floor that we were on, our room was on. It's the only amenity type thing that was there. Look at these cute little spaces that people are just sitting around, and a couple of people were taking naps in the little cubby holes, and then people were in the little nesting chairs, and they were just having a good time, and I thought it was nice and peaceful. Definitely a place you want to go when you want to just relax and maybe even read a book, even though we're going to see the library here in a few moments. Plenty of seating too. As you can tell, everybody's just doing their own thing. Lots of lighting. I think they were very creative when they made this. Now this was my favorite part. There was coffee there. Now I do not know what time they put coffee out, but
so baby, what are you
it's
doing?
definitely there when I was there.
Are you chillaxing? Oh, well, don't you look cute? We're in the Hideaway.
I don't even have any internet.
He's just looking at the menu for tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to take up Angie in our room.
This is a cute little hideaway. So cute. Got all kinds of little pods and things that you can sit in. And then you got a egg type of hideaway up here. Got one up here. This is also cute, and this beautiful tree in the middle of nowhere, just hanging. And then if you want coffee up here in the morning, it's convenient because we're on this floor, which is floor 7. Anyway, very nice.
Now this is the Game On deck 9. It's called the Game On because this is an area, it's a little different than a library. It's a gaming area, so you can sit here and you can play board games, card games, and they even have some games that are already on the table that you can play. They're electronic, like, I don't know, I think I saw Scrabble or something like that, but there are different games on there. See here, I guess maybe you can play like chess and different things like that. And it's a great space if you're into gaming. You know, there's some Scrabble here. There's all kinds of little games. Backgammon. There's some puzzles. So if you like to do that on your spare time, doesn't have to be a kid. You can be an adult to want to go put a puzzle together or play a game. So definitely try it out. I don't know what that game was. I just thought I'd take a look at it. But definitely try it out. There's plenty of games there and puzzles. I don't know if all the puzzle pieces are there, but I do see puzzles. You may bring your own puzzle. Rick was checking out the games here. It looked like they had like Candyland and stuff. So who knows? I'm sure there's plenty for everybody to do. But I think that's a great place to play games, because sometimes the library, you want it to be a little quiet. So you don't want people playing games. But it was nice. Speaking of the library, we're on deck 10 now, and the library is on this floor. You do have a lot of shelves, but there's not a lot of books. There are a lot of people sitting around reading, just relaxing, but I'll be honest with you, you can hear the band downstairs at this time, so definitely wasn't the quietest. but you also have all these different books. I will let you know, I hardly ever find a book at their library on a ship because they're in so many different languages that it's hard to find anything that I actually want to read that's in my language, which is English. And sometimes if you ever have a book, I wouldn't see why you couldn't leave it behind and maybe give it to somebody else if you're done with it, and maybe they'll keep it on that shelf. Maybe that's how they accumulated those, who knows. But see, you can see right here, this is where the elevators go up and down, and there's an actual band down there playing right now, as you can see there. So it is not the quietest space, but it's a space where you can get a little bit of me time. Now we're on deck 12. We're almost to the top. We're at the fitness center. And the fitness center was really nice, clean, very air conditioned. So if you're ready to go and work out, or maybe you have a program that you're working on right now and you don't want to miss a beat, I encourage you to go. They even had spinning classes. You see those spinning bikes. They had spinning classes on the schedule. They had this area here too. I think it said it was, Rick thought it might be a yoga room, but if I recall correctly, it was called something else, but I guess we're not going to go that direction. We'll go inside this fitness area here, and they have plenty of state-of-the-art fitness equipment here. I mean, they've got so much going all the way down where you get to see out at the Oceanview. As you can tell, we're in port, so you can see another ship there. I'm not even sure what ship it is. That's a lot of equipment. You have ellipticals, you have bikes, you have treadmills. Then you get over here, you got all your free weights, all your other bikes, ellipticals, and treadmills again. But this area is the area where you really want to focus on the muscles and all that stuff. So there's plenty. I mean, I can't see how you couldn't work out here and have a good, decent workout with all of the equipment they have here. And if I recall, it was Lifetime equipment. A lot of people like that equipment brand. And then you had an area over here where you could weigh yourself, where you can get towels. I think they even had cold towels. Yep, they even had cold towels there. This is an area where they probably sit with you and go over things if you're working on a healthy diet or a healthy weight. There's your balls, yoga balls, and different things you can use. So it's definitely fully equipped. I think you're gonna enjoy a workout here for sure. We're gonna go on the other side. So we're on the same floor. We're on deck 12, and we're gonna see the barber shop. And that barbershop actually extends out to like a salon. So I didn't put the wording on there, but this is the salon. And then you got the spa right next to it. We did get to take a tour into one of the rooms. I think it was the garden room. Now we're at the Oceanview Café. This is the buffet. So this is on deck 14, and this is your drink area. So they have coffee, juices. I think they may have tea. They have ice water. They have all the sugar and cream and all that fun stuff. There was plenty of seating areas. Sometimes it did get crowded, but you eventually found a place. So it wasn't that you couldn't find one eventually. It's just gets crowded on certain time frames. They had all kinds of food, and we'll go over that in our free food series for this particular ship. But right now we're just going to go over some basics. It was very nice. It was very clean. We thought the food was very good. Look at this beautiful display of cupcakes right here. I had to show that. All of the people were entertaining us by clapping and singing or just being generous and nice. I thought that was cute. You got a carving station here. Some days they had chicken, sometimes they had beef. Now look at this. Talk about chocolate covered. That was pretty neat. Sandwiches galore. This was great. This was on a particular day. I don't think they had them every day. Donuts galore. That's like every flavor in the world, I think. Pretty neat. Lots of different salads. Once again, we'll go through that at a later time in another video in detail. Lots of bread. That over there a while ago was a fondue chocolate something. I mean, just streaming down. You just take your fruit and dip it in there, or they'll do it for you. And then last but not least, you've got a bar over here in the buffet area. So if you're wanting a cocktail or a beer or something like that while you're having your dinner or your lunch or your breakfast, you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, you can get you a bar here. Il Secondo Bacio. And that's deck 14 as well. Now out here they have a veranda for the Oceanview Cafe, so we were able to go outside. If it's not too hot, go outside and have your breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And we happened to be in Bimini, which is in the Bahamas, and it was really pretty out there. And so if you can tolerate the humidity and the heat and you want to eat out there, you can. Beautiful view. The water is just spectacular here. It was hot that day, I can tell you that. Now we are still on the 14th floor and we're at the pool area on deck 14. The pool area was still crowded for a port day. We were really shocked. A lot of people were still on the ship swimming, so it was definitely full of people. As you can tell, there's still some chairs. Now they require you not to hang on to the chairs more than like 30 minutes, but we all know how that goes. There was the stage there, and then you've got your hot tubs and you've got your pool areas. It's pretty big and spacious. This is the only pool other than the Solarium, and we'll go through that in just a moment, but this was it. What was really nice though, and I'm gonna put this on the screen eventually, but not only did you had some ping pong tables there. Yeah, you had your ping pong tables. People were actively playing those. I tried to take on Rick, but he was scared, so I said, no, it's okay. Over here you got your towels. That was another thing I wanted to mention. And you don't have to scan them out or anything like that. The towels are there. I don't have a video of the sunscreen, but they had bottles of sunscreen that you can use for free. I mean, that's some of the most expensive stuff on a cruise sometimes, is that sunscreen. So I thought that was neat. It's just bottles that you just squeeze into your hand. They're located kind of over where the towels were. And I took a picture, but I didn't get a video. But definitely nice to know that if you forgot or that you can't pick up any before you get on the ship. Definitely get the complimentary stuff. And there's the pool bar. Always got to have a pool bar. We also had 2 pool towels in our room on port days, so I guess they knew that we were going to need them, and we were able to have them handy and ready to go. That's nice. Beautiful views out there. They have pool showers here on deck 14 as well, which was really nice because you can just rinse off before you go to your room and take a shower. They have a sun and sea shop right here. I think that probably had sun products and maybe goggles and stuff. I'm not sure. It was not open when we were there. Now we're going to step into the Solarium here on deck 14. This is the Solarium pool, which a lot of people like to go into to kind of stay inside, out of the sun, direct sun and heat. It's a little cooler inside the Solarium, but don't expect AC cool. But it was definitely a little bit cooler and less humid inside here. It's a really nice space too. Looks to be handicap equipped, which is good. A lot of seating too. And this area here is the Aqua Spa Cafe, and it's just right off by the pool. And this is not a free cafe, so some of the items may be free. I'm not sure, but for the most part, we saw pricing on the wall, and maybe some of these snacky things are free, and the coffee and juice. But if you want like a smoothie or something, because they do make smoothies and such, those come at a cost. This is the Reflection and Signature Suites here on deck 14. We did not go in there. You have to have a card to get in there. That's kind of a private area for the people that purchase those suites. We're checking to see if we've gotten everything on this floor, so we can go to the next one hopefully. This here is the Sky Observation Lounge on deck 14. I really like this place. It's big and open, and you get some of the best views up here inside. And you can get cocktails, you can get just a simple drink, Coke, water. You can get all of that here. And they have a lot of games, like trivia games here. So this is definitely a place you want to come if you like to sit down and just catch up with the trivia games. They had some kind of dart game or something in here one day, but I wasn't too impressed with it. But all the seating areas are very nice and cozy, so it's nice to have a place to just go relax. Like I said, play some games or whatever. You can do that here. Maybe just sit on your phone for a little bit if you want. If you're doing some solo stuff, read a book. Whatever you want to do, you're able to do it here. When we came by, they were doing a trivia game at the time. We played a couple of trivia games in here as well. We enjoyed it, and it was fun, and everybody got good laughs out of it. And yeah, it was pretty nice. Nice bar setup too, so you can set up the bar too if you like to be an extrovert and hang out with everybody. Get to know somebody. You know, if you're going on a lot of cruises or just one cruise, sorry, we've met people on a single cruise that we've ended up cruising with over the years or even keeping in communication with. So don't hesitate to get to know other people. And when we were in there playing a trivia game, it was packed. So I think this just being a port day, they didn't have as many people in it. But it definitely, you can have some fun in here. Now this is on deck 15. This is called the Porch. It's a cozy little restaurant. Got different styles of food. It wasn't open when I was there. And then this is what they talk about a lot. This is the area where you can go and watch movies on the grass. I mean, this is so cool. I think it might even be real grass. It's pretty cool. In fact, they tell you to kind of take care of it because maybe it is. I guess it's real grass. Who knows? But there's lots of sitting areas. There is a movie theater out here where they have the Lawn Club is what it's called on deck 15. You can sit out here and watch movies on the designated nights that they have movies. They do also have movies in the afternoon. So I think that you would enjoy just sitting out here, watching a movie at night. It just looks like something I could definitely see myself doing. I love to watch movies outside on cruises. That's one of my favorite things to do. Look at those views of Bahamas. Very, very nice. I like these awnings that you can put over you as well. Now, I have not seen them out, so I don't know how that works. I don't know if you do it yourself or if they set them out when they feel like it's safe to do so. Look at this space right here. Another area with the green grass. That's amazing. There's beautiful hammocks here as well. You'd be so lucky to get on those things. And those huge Adirondack chairs are just definitely picture-taking chairs. You know, I didn't bother to look, but I guess those are menus on the tables. There's another little hot spot right here. This was the Sunset Bar. That's very cute. Could you imagine being out here when the sun sets? I think that's why they call it the Sunset Bar. It just keeps going and going. There's just so much room. Looks like they have a smoking section there. We just passed by that sign. That's nice. You can come out and smoke outside with real live grass. Now that I said that, please don't throw the cigarette in the grass. I'd have to say this is a neat treat on a ship. This is a really cool lawn experience with lawn chairs and a lawn where you can actually watch a movie. Some people bring blankets and food and stuff like that, so it's kind of neat. Somebody brought their fan. Now we're still on this deck, and it has a lot of different chairs and sunbathing areas. Let's start with deck 15 at the mast bar. This is a bar area that looks like they're having fun. They're gonna do some neat cocktail mixes. They're just having a good old time seeing a camera come around. Lots of areas to lay out. Deck 15 seems to be the place to be if you're not going to be in the pool. I know it's probably got a lot more people when it's not a port day, but it definitely is, and I'm sure on a sea day there's more people out here, but it is nice and clean and ready for people to lay out or just sit quietly and read a book. A lot of people are reading books right now. This deck looks over to the pool, of course, downstairs on deck 14. It's got a great view of everything. Now on this side of deck 15, there's beautiful views, but we're also going to walk up to, if I'm not mistaken, the mast Grille. Yes. We'll get there here in a moment. This was the Solarium. If you look down into it, you can see the Solarium area where everybody's swimming. We were there earlier, and you can see right into it from deck 15. Now at the mast Grille, it's right there on the opposite side of the mast bar. It serves hot dogs and hamburgers, and so it's a great place to grab a plate of food. They have French fries there, and just grab you something simple to eat. I cannot compare it to some of the burgers that I've had on other ships. I'm still in love with Margaritaville's burgers, but they still had a good spread here, and you definitely could make you a nice burger or a hot dog and have all the fixings and just enjoy a snack. Of course, you have drinks over here as well. Now, on this part of the ship, we are going to see, this is deck 15 still, we're going to see the basketball court. They do have a basketball court on the ship if you're into playing basketball. And it is a fully equipped one. There's balls there and everything where you can play, and here it is. It's got lights as well, so if you're a nighttime player, I don't know if it has a closing date or time, sorry, but it has definitely got a view. Definitely has a view, definitely. And that's floor 16, which we'll go up there here in just a moment. There is yet again another set of layout chairs on both sides. Now, if you're not bothered by people playing basketball right now, there's no one playing. If you're bothered by that, that's probably not where you want to lay out. You can go to the other side and lay out. But if you're just hanging out with the people that are playing basketball, then sure, this is a great place for you to lay out. Sometimes it's not about laying out, it's just about having some quiet time to read a book or something like that. We have a phone plan to where we have phone service when we're in these locations, which is good, so we can play on the phone for a little bit. Now this right here is Camp at Sea. This is for kids, deck 15. So we will not be able to go in. I just kind of shined past it real quick just to give you an idea of where it's located. This is the Celebrity Cruises X Club. It's on deck 15 as well, and it's for teenagers. I walked a little bit inside because I thought no one was there, and then realized that there was some people in the very back. So this is from 13 to 17, teens only. It looks like they got all kinds of fun stuff. I think they've got video games and everything in there. It looks like definitely a teen getaway. Now this is the deck 16. It's called the Solstice. We're going to go up and check it out, and then we'll have all of our decks done. Now, this area is like a hidden area, you know, it just kind of seems like you should have known about it. It is the best layout spot on the cruise. Okay, this is nothing but layout chairs. These are resort style chairs all throughout this entire ship, and these are all ready to go for you to just come on up and lay out, do something quiet, just get your space. And it goes all the way around. We'll show you that here in just a second. There's lounge chairs as well, like padded chairs. So if you want to lay instead of, you want to lay on something with cushion instead of the chairs, that's fine as well. You've got those beds. You've got sit-up chairs that are just for lounging, period, like sitting around, having a drink, just talking with each other. You have those. So this is just a little piece of heaven right here. Got a few umbrellas here. More sitting areas going around. Now this right here is the Celebrity Reflections cruise ship. We had a wonderful time for just 4 days, and we enjoyed it, and we thank you for watching. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till we see you again, y'all have a great day.